Is that, bro? The keys to winning pistol rounds. Don't buy a kit. What?
If you win both pistols, you have an almost 70% chance to win the game, yet nearly 40% of players under Faceit 4 don't buy. Other than aim better, let me show you how to win on pistol round and how several pro teams and ZywOo have started to solve the randomness of pistols. But before we go any further, sponsor of this video, Blitz. Blitz is an analytics app that provides personalized insights to improve your skills using in-game overlays and powerful analytics. With CSGO, Blitz has overlays as well as post-match insights much more advanced
Chat, Blitz or Litify?
than you would normally see, even where your bullets are landing on your opponents, and you have your own personal profile to compare things to as well. You can easily see your match history and compare yourself
CSGO 360.
to your earlier self when hopefully you were worse but potentially much better. Blitz also supports Valorant, League of Legends, TFT, Apex Legends, and soon Fortnite. Check out Blitz at the link in the description to see what it can do for you. How many times have you seen a game go something like this when a tier 1 team plays tier 3 teams? One team is completely outclassed, but they still win one of the pistols. Here's the thing, pistol rounds feel super random. You stack a bomb site and they either go there or they don't, and if you don't stack a bomb site, it's going to be hard to kill that many players, and if you get into a gunfight, you either one-tap them or it turns into clown movement. And you would think it's all about aim, but even for the best pro teams ever, they've always been pretty much a coin toss. At least until recently, where several teams have started to pass the 60% win rate.
That's crazy. 67% win rate on pistols.
Barrier, and ZywOo has passed the 1.7 rating barrier. If we look at them, pistol rounds are less about what you should do and more about what not to do. Like, don't run straight at them for no reason on CT side. Don't play angles like this with nowhere to fall back to. And don't not buy on the most important round of the game. Seriously. Yeah. Nearly 40% of players I've seen below Faceit 4 don't buy. 40%.
Are you freaking stupid? Always Kevlar. Always Kevlar.
Let me show you one of the most popular pistol strats ever. Not the B-Rush, though that's one of them. It's this play here, where you have a teammate flash for 2 players to peek car and badly kill any sort of B-Rush going on. Now, this play isn't amazing because it counters a B-Rush, but because of the implication. I mean, the 3 main goals of CT pistol. Long-range engagements, info plays for quick rotates, and angles where you can fall back easily. It seems really simple, but if you look at the most popular pistol strats on any map, they all do pretty much the same thing. On Dust 2, 2 players peek cat, 1 holds long and 1 holds B. And on Overpass, do I even need to say it?
Stack 4B, I'll pick mid.
These strats are literally from 2015, but they still
show me Vertigo. Chat, I'm clueless. I think my pistol round win percentage is super low. I'm really good on gun rounds, but pistol rounds, I'm a little bit discombobulated, bro. On CT side, I go A short. I always go short.
Work because of the implication. I mean, because they accomplish all 3 main goals of CT pistol. But what if you're playing solo? Stack 4B, I'll peek mid. How about no?
Yeah.
Time to save? No. The best thing you can do is find angles to take a shot or 2 and fall back safely.
That's shot. You peek shot, you go back to side. Yeah,
and if you're alone, try to find a gimmick that can at least stop a rush. I found this one on Dust 2
my ramp smoke, easy.
With a P250 and a smoke, and this one on Inferno with dualies and a smoke that work pretty well. The idea simply being, if they push through the smoke, you should get at least 2 kills, and if they don't, your team should get info on the other side of the map. Actually, that's the second best thing you can do, because the best thing you can do is not get one-tap, which seems like an aim thing, but it's not. Let me explain. People in Faceit 2 that don't buy tell me it's because they get one-tapped anyways. But shouldn't pros get one-tapped like 10 times more? Why do they always buy? And even Faceit 6s and above always buy. Well, pros understand the idea that if you have armor on pistol, you may as well just be a floating head. And if you don't have armor, which isn't hard to tell, then you're just gonna get aim punched to death in 4 or 5 shots.
Wait, what? Which isn't hard to tell. Chat, do you see? When someone buys armor, do you see that he has armor? Or what is he implying here?
Which isn't hard to tell, then you're just gonna get aim punched to death in
yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
4 or 5 shots.
I was testing you guys. It's good that everybody is aware here.
On most rounds, especially with rifles, you want to focus on making your shots easy to hit, but on pistols, usually you focus on making your opponent's shots hard to hit because it's almost impossible to guarantee a headshot in most positions. So if you do things like run in solo on T side or crouch to line up your shots in the open, you're gonna get one tapped a lot. If you look at the best pistol players in the world, you would expect players like ZywOo, Simple, and Nico that have insane aim, but you probably wouldn't be expecting players like Crimbo and Buzz to be in the top 5, or Alexi B to be...
Astralis on pistol rounds. Buzz, Blame F, Config, Device. Jesus, bro. Danish fucking pistol round masterclass.
Expecting players like Crimbo and Buzz to be in the top 5, or Alexi B to be in the top 20 above Hunter, Rops, and Twists. Pew pew pew, I'm Alexi B, the 17th best pistol player this year. Hunter sucks. But I actually want to focus on ZywOo, because his pistol stats this year are probably the
dualies. Chat, I gotta start doing that. I gotta play like ZywOo. Remind me, when I play today, to hold short with dualies, and I buy a smoke. I buy dualies and a smoke. I smoke ramp and I hold short. No. Even better. I tell my teammates to drop me a dualie and a smoke, and I buy Kevlar. That's what I should be doing.
The best we will ever see in any version of CS.
I'll try that today.
This graph, scatter plot, chart thing shows the best years on pistol of all time. Then I add in ZywOo this year, and it starts to make sense.
What?
And with this insane play, Vitality has an incredible mediocre win rate at 51%. Looking at ZywOo, the first thing to notice is aim, but specifically aim consistency. With rifles, even great aimers will miss a shot or two and finish with a spray, but obviously you can't do that on pistol. Now, one of the ways he finds this consistency is through
By the way, Blood's a bronze coiner. So bad.
Of his hand to shoot them in the head, but also of his character model. This is a really interesting angle I've seen ZywOo play several times, and it doesn't give long-range engagements at all, especially like Van, but it lets him take fights on his own terms. So the first kill here is just going to be easy crosshair placement. In theory. After that, instead of being trapped like he might be if he went Van, he can actually peek into his opponents and catch them pushing towards him where the shots are easier. Peeking into people you can pre-aim is one of the best ways to make your shots easier, but what about using your movement once they're already on your screen? Well, I've mentioned this before, but one of the things ZywOo does is he'll actually sometimes use strafing to get his crosshair onto somebody. The best example is still this clip from 2020. It is one of ZywOo's most famous clips, and it's not that kill, and it's not this one or the next two really either. It's this last kill where it's notable. If I slow it down, you'll notice he initially
the happy jump
overflicks his opponent a bit, and instead of panicking to flick right back, he allows his movement to assist in hitting the shot.
That is disgusting.
Not that he always does this, but this is a benefit of constant strafing if you know to use it. Another way ZywOo gets these stats is because his team is breaking the rules. I mean, you're not allowed to win that many majors, Dupree, but really, near the start of the video, I said working picks is a good way to get yourself killed on T side. Well, Vitality have a number of plays that seem to boil down to ZywOo go kill. This includes using a bit of utility to set him up and dropping him things like P250s or dualies. And this actually does work. I mean, were you expecting me to say he doesn't? He's basically cheating on pistol rounds, but it doesn't work quite as well as G2's approach, which is much better to steal from. Now, the first thing is, don't be a loser, buy a diffuser, is not great advice on pistol round. I know we're talking about T side here, but I had to say it because pro teams don't buy kits more than maybe 20% of the time. Armor is really, really, really important. And on T side, you'll notice G2 generally buys 4 armors and 1 player with utility as much as possible. The most
Chad, if I queue a solo game Vertigo, and the first thing I say on pistol round is, yo guys, if you think you're bad on pistols, drop me dualies and a smoke, I got you. What will they tell me? I'm gonna do that today. You are not him. But I am. I'm telling you, bro, that's a multi-kill on shot. Shut up. Yeah.
Notable thing G2 does is avoid pushes and stacks.
I'll try it.
strats at the beginning of the round. Some strats include Nico go kill the mid push and Nico go kill the mid hole. But take a look at the play there. Nico's leading in and he gets the kills, but the rest of his team is there waiting for him to get that information before they actually do anything. And G2 have a variation of that play where Nico is middle, but the rest of his team is stacked ready to hit B. If you look at G2's CT side, these types of stacks absolutely dominate, and they don't do them randomly. Pretty much all of G2's stacks play off of setups that are identical but aren't stacks. But counter-stratting is boring. What you really want to hear is that the dualies are overpowered.
Yeah.
Literally the best YouTuber in North America says this might be the reason that teams are doing so well on pistol rounds.
I'm
And it's
telling you,
probably
bro. We see so many multi-kills on dualies, bro. So many multi-kills. Everybody who buys them, always like 2 or 3, man.
true, because you run into a stack of 3 USPs, and that's no big deal a lot of the time, but you run into a stack of 3 dualies, and that's 6 guns versus 5 Glocks. How are you supposed to win? The problem with these stacks is if they go the other direction, you just lose. But what if instead of losing, you just flanked faster? One of my favorite plays teams are doing a lot more often recently is this type of play here. G2 has 4 players stacked mid. Nico is playing B with no utility. This is something he might do if his team was stacked oranges, but before he ever even makes contact, G2's already looking for information in middle. They're looking to probe and see what's going on. Then when Nico does make contact, they've got this flank going so fast that Na'Vi can't even plant default. They're going to actually plant behind the fountain. HooXi has a full set of utility for the retake, and the T's can't get set into afterplants. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere, a lot of these players, because they didn't have time to get into good positions.
Is nice.
And that means HooXi is able to come in here and get 2, make it 3 kills here, and secure the retake. Compared to pistol rounds even as recently as 2019, which felt a lot more like run in one direction and hope they're not stacked, it becomes pretty obvious why pistol rounds are much more consistent. Anyways, if you like this video, click on this other one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy.
Huh. Chad, how did people start using dualies so quick? They were slept on for so long, no? On some spots, where it's like close range, always good for multi-kill. It's crazy to me how some guns are like sleeping and then all of a sudden pros start using it and then they become meta. What a video, by the way. That was very, very nice.
If you win both pistols, you have
Wu hasn't uploaded in a while, right? I think he was on a vacation or something. 3 months and now his new upload. That was a fantastic video as always. Bye, Wu. Boys, leave him some love, Peng, right fucking there. What a fantastic video. The production quality, the clarity of topic, and the slight humor is pretty well made in your videos. You deserve more subs. True. True. I remember Wu was the clips master, bro. Before I started uploading clips, he was always on my front page with like 30-second clips and stuff. I think it was it this channel? Lol, and now we both stopped uploading clips. Where? I don't know which one it was. W. I enjoyed that a lot. Not subscribed to Wu. Where? Oh my god, this fucking chat, bro. I'm on the random account, bro. I don't watch on this account in my free time.